Welcome to African Christian Authors Book Award by CLC Kenya. We are reviewing the book Beaten, Not Crushed, Finding Your Grip in Times of Adversity by Pamela Babirokamo. There you go. The book is Beaten, Not Crushed. The book was submitted in Akaba 2022, and we'll be looking into the strong point of this particular book. All right. Let's start by looking at the overview of the book, and this can be found in any e-commerce platform where the book can be purchased, including CLC Kenya. The link is kenyaclc.org, africanauthors.net, Jumia Kenya, Nuria Bookshop, and Amazon, among other places. So let's look at the summary. When adversity comes, falling like hailstorms, finding your grip to carry on can be an uphill task. It is also saying that difficult experiences can leave deep, sometimes permanent wounds and visible scars. Most people will go through adversity feeling like victims and not victors. Yet, ironically, struggling through adversity pushes us to grow in ways that ultimately makes us wiser and live more fulfilling lives. Pamela, like every other person who has been through adversity, has asked the question, does God truly care? She questions his true existence. She questions her identity and femininity and her purpose too. All right. Pamela lived what she describes as a shielded childhood in the 80s. She was rudely awoken by adversity upon adversity in a span of 6 years. Just when she thought one was over, then another one hit yet again. She lost her first job, experienced childlessness, failed fertility treatment, lost her brother, lost her 10-year marriage, lost property, and went back to live with her parents at the age of 40. Talk of adversity. You can see why she's passionate about talking about this topic. The story of how Pamela has bounced out of adversity and restored into a place of purpose will inspire you. You will experience how God turned her messes into messages and gives her a platform to reach out to others. Let's get to know a little bit more about Pamela, picked from the public online platforms. Pamela is a fun-loving mother of two, vivacious. I'm telling you, the ones, by the time I'm done with this review, I will be knowing so much. My English will have gone to the next level. So she's a loving mother of two, vivacious, full of life, has a big personality, and loves spending quality time with her friends and family. All right. So there you have it, the overview of the book. If you allow me, I'm going to look at the feedback from the judges. So in 2022, we had a total of 20 judges, some of whom went through the book and they gave their feedback. All right. So one of the judges says that the book is encouraging and full of hope and healing to today's hurting Christians, and just making a footnote there, an emphasis that it is okay to know, or it's important to know that Christians also do hurt and do suffer, because we are living in a difficult and, dark and fallen world. And so just being able to accept that so that we can be able to find a solution. Another judge says, the title itself motivates the reader to desire to know the content of the book, Beaten, Not Crushed. The title itself is a form of encouragement by itself. Another judge says that the writing style is conducive to the reader. May the Lord of all knowledge give Pamela strength and wisdom to encourage the world through writing other books of this kind. Another judge says that the book has a great impact in the life of a Christian. Awesome. We can now have a look inside the book so that we can be able to share with you what to expect when you get a copy of the book. All right, so here we are. The book is Beaten, Not Crushed, Finding Your Grip in Times of Adversity. The author is Pamela Babirukamo. I hope from Uganda. I hope I'm doing the pronunciation of the name justice. So you get right on onto the first page, and you have here endorsement. It's important for you to get endorsement because then you share, or we get to know as the readers, we get to know people who have worked with Pamela or have gone through the book, have read the book, and they have been impacted. So she has Kanopita Buyungo. We have, let's see here, Catherine Bagienda and Jacqueline Asinwe. So important to have that. Then there is a dedication. What I like about this particular book, and I would want to spend a little bit time here, is how neat the table of content is. You can be able to see. Immediately you get to this section, you'd really want to have a look. So a neat table of content, but also the power of titling. So if I skip the preliminary pages, you can be able to see this one gives you a very clear indication of what to expect inside. So if I start at chapter 1, we have fortified childhood, then we have the perfect plan, the real life, the empty nest, tangible grief, abandoned in the dark, the divorce, not good enough, not woman enough, affirmed in the storm. Then we have calm in the storms, little feet and sweet cries, bouncing back from adversity, paying into purpose. And then she has her conclusion that she calls afterward. The titling is really amazing. It's very punchy, clear to the point, and it's very interesting. The minute you get to the table of content, you just want to be able to get inside and just learn what is happening inside the book. All right. We can move on to acknowledgement. She's done a good job giving credit and passing her gratitude to the people who have worked with her. And then we have a foreword from Reverend Canon Diana Miremba Kesiga, a priest in the Church of Uganda. So a foreword is very important. A foreword is a long form of an endorsement, so you can have a foreword and endorsement in the same book. Her introduction is very clear, and she shares with us what she's going to talk about in the book. All right, let's see. We have short but sweet chapters. It's a small book. You can be able to see very small, not a big read. Actually, you can sit down in a day and just finish reading this book within just one day. I like the chapters. They are short and they're very interesting to be able to engage in. I like the simple graphics. Here you can see we have the title of the chapter, Fortified Childhood. We know it's chapter 1. Here, if I can move a little bit, that sticky note a little bit. So we have chapter 1. And then there's this image. It's pleasant, and you can be able to see it's been picked from the front cover. All right. And then every chapter starts with a quote, and they are very refreshing, and the quotes are in line with what Pamela will be talking about in the book. All right. There are these text dividers in different parts of the books, and they've been very helpful and refreshing to be able to make the text look more organized and pleasant to read. So I also enjoyed that about the book. All right. The strength that we will find in Pamela's story is how vulnerable she is, talking about death of her brother, talking about depression, talking about divorce. her story is very relatable. She's really down to earth, and so many lessons that we can be able to pick. And also, towards the end, she talks about bouncing back, which is really, really important to leave us at a place of not giving up. So she shares the challenges, but she also gives us this hope and affirmation at the end of the chapter. That is chapter 14. And she has called her conclusion an after one. So it's a really, really good book. We go all the way to the end on page 70. And then we get to the back page, which I think she's done a good job. She has a summary there, or the blurb, or the synopsis of the book, then about the author, and you can be able to see the book has the ISBN and a tiny logo, beaten, not crushed. So this is a really good book for you to be able to pick and be encouraged. It's a day or 2 days read, very small, punchy, straight to the point, but full of inspiring stories. So I hope you'll be able to pick the book. It's available at kenyaclc.org, africanauthors.net, Jumia Kenya, I think Jumia Uganda as well. Now that Pamela is in Uganda, in bookshops in Uganda as well. Then you have the bookshops in Kenya, Pamela Bookshop, African Book Hub on Kiambu Road, the Writers Guild as well. And then you can be able to get a copy for yourself. So the book is Beaten, Not Crushed, Finding Your Grip in Times of Adversity. There you have it. I hope you'll be able to pick your copy and be encouraged. Bye.